I'm finishing this whole cake right now. So that's how good your sponge cake with half a baking powder recipe was. The next day, of course, we put the whole teaspoon in. And that was brilliant. So please do try something as simple as a sponge cake. So quickly done and so wonderful. So what I'd like to tell you about this book is that it's a very easy book to follow. I could give it to my husband who doesn't know how to boil water. And he looks at it and he could just sort of say, well, I think this looks good. Try this. If I give him something like, say, I mean, not La Russe Gastronomique, I mean, that would be too much for him to think about it. I give him Julia Child. He said, this is too heavy for me. Forget about it. I don't want this. But this is so eminently sort of, you can carry it everywhere you go, and easy kata mita bheja, for instance, such simple things. So I said, try this. So what I'm trying to tell you about, and what I like about this book is also the mix that it has of like sort of Indian foreign dishes, like cauliflower white sauce with chutney. Now that's something which I'd never tried, and I thought that was wonderful. I tried that, and it was brilliant because it was just not plain old white sauce, but it had a little chutney, chatka in it, kind of thing. So Jeroo's done a brilliant job of it, and we thank you very much. Plus, you made it so easy for us. Thank you so much. And I didn't know you were 85.
So flattered.
You are so. I hope. Oh, well, I will be 71. Yes, I'm a grandma. My grandson's 23 years old. So you can imagine my cradle snatcher, my husband was, absolutely. So would you like to pass this mic on to Asha? Would you like to pass this mic? It's easier.
Yeah, then. I'm feeling a bit overawed, surrounded by all these brilliant cooks, as Rashmi put it. But I think someone should be there who's the target market for the food that's in the books. So that's where I am, and I'm hoping that publishing this book means I get another invitation to visit Jeroo and Khurshid and eat the delicious food that she cooks. I'd just take this opportunity to thank all our guests today, Samira, Tinu, and the other three I can't really call guests because they're part of the popular family and have been our authors for years. And it's always been wonderful to work with them. And I really thank all of them for supporting and being with Popular. We love publishing books on food and cookery, and we are delighted that readers continue to like that too.
A very good evening to all of you. It's a great pleasure to be here. This is almost, I don't like to hide anything from anybody, whether it is a recipe or any personal thing. It is the first time in my life Rashmi thought I was good enough to come here, sit with them and help her launch this book for the young lady here, and I think it's the best compliment she gave me, and I'm really honored to be here. And thank you all for showing in good numbers, and it's a really pleasure to see, as always, when we are launching Popular Prakashan books, and we always walk out with flying colors. Now, talking about the book, what I thought was, as we know that day by day and week by week, year by year, I think the cuisines all over the world are becoming closer. The world is coming closer because of the cuisine. There are several factors that we notice. That one is the travel, one is the exposure, one is people's interests, and of course the education that we give everyone, children to young girls to everyone around, has made it so much more popular. And as Rashmi just mentioned that I do the cookery classes. So during my 13, 14 years of teaching cooking out of my home, what I felt that people are getting more and more interested, and they want to learn different things. So the world cuisine, as in you may have Indian cuisine, which is really vast, but we don't stop at that, and there's always something new available and people always want something new available. So what we do is we travel, we go out, we look at the cuisine, and we, at least I write to suit Indian palate, plus the availability of the ingredients, which is like very vastly available here, which never used to be before. So I think these books become more and more popular, easy to handle. And I just went through a couple of days ago the book which Jeroo has written, and I think it is a wonderful, wonderful job. Of course, this is the experience that, you know, how Sabira just mentioned that how her daughter wanted that this is the heirloom and I'm going to take it. So she is extending, Jeroo is extending this whole heirloom not only to her daughter but to all of us. And to tell you the truth, just this morning I tried the Parsi ravo. And a friend of ours who is a Parsi gentleman who has come down from US, and I sent it to him to try it, and he said, oh, how did you make it so good? I said, thanks to Jeroo, and it was like lovely. I've made it before, but I think using her recipe, it's always, no matter how much you know of cooking, but there's always something in life to learn, and especially from people like her, it was like wonderful. So my best wishes to Jeroo, and I'm sure it's going to be a great success in the cookery world. Thank you.
Cooking for the family. That's what I think I've been doing all my life. And I think you all know how difficult it is to please everybody in the house. And my husband has been threatening me for the past many years that he's going to take up cooking. I would love it. But he wanted me to teach him. I'd be divorced. If you know how it would be. So when I got this book and I was going through it, and the recipes are so simple. I mean, if when you start cooking from this book, you're going to think you're a chef. So today morning, I told my husband that I'm going here in the evening to launch this book. But from tomorrow, he starts cooking from this book. And I think Jeroo, I think I should thank you because I finally found a book where I can give the book to him and tell him to cook for me. And then see what happens. And it'll be fun, I think. And I tried a few recipes from this book. I decided not to try the regular recipes. So I tried the pumpkin fritters, pumpkin cutlets. And I mean, you know, to feed pumpkin to a family and tell them it's pumpkin. But I must say that the pumpkin cutlet was just delicious. And the tomato souffle. I think you all have to make it. And if you think you can't make souffles at home by yourself, from Jeroo's book, if you try the souffles, especially the tomato souffle, which was my favorite, but the book is really, really, really easy. And maybe cooking is easy for me, but maybe it'll be easy for my family to cook for us, me now.